Choose any ATM of your convenience and stand a chance to win gold sovereigns.
Lanka Pay.
Are you also looking with India, Sri Lanka and a third country? For example, India, Japan and Sri Lanka when it comes to ports, or India, Russia and Sri Lanka when it comes to the airports?
It depends on the industry. If you look at the Mattala airport, India, Sri Lanka and Russia, from the perspective of Sri Lankans, the highest number of tourists come to Sri Lanka from India. The second highest number come from Russia. So it makes all the sense to have a tri-party agreement and to make sure that more tourists visit Sri Lanka. I think we should not just be looking at India, but also through India, we should be looking at it as a gateway to the rest of the South Asia and also to Southeast Asia.
One connectivity which is being discussed is the land connectivity between India and Sri Lanka. How is it going about and what's the view in Sri Lanka regarding it?
It's proceeding well at the highest level. I think terms of reference has been done, and then also RFP has been given to Sri Lankan side, and the Sri Lankan side is now we need to select a consultant in that regard. The bridge itself will, I think, take about 4 years to build, so that will be a game changer. Today in the morning, the foreign ministers had a time with Prime Minister Modi ji, and one thing I again emphasized was the bridge. And one point which the Prime Minister made was that if you look at the EU and if you look at South Asia or Southeast Asia for that matter, what he pointed out was the reason that the EU succeeded is simply because of connectivity. So be it India and Sri Lanka, or be it the road network between India and Myanmar and Thailand, we need to improve connectivity in all its forms. So there'll be more business transactions taking place if there's better connectivity.
Any year you're looking at?
I hope that it can get construction on the bridge will start as soon as possible. I mean, just think in terms of tourist numbers. I believe that if you look at the internal tourists, local tourists, the Tamil Nadu gets the most number of tourists. They get about 140 million tourists. Rameshwaram alone gets 10 million tourists. Where does Sri Lanka stand in this? Sri Lanka at the moment, we have got about 1.1 million tourists this year, and we are looking to get 2.4 million tourists at the end of the year. I think if we have a bridge, that 2.4 million or 5 million tourists coming from India can take place within months. We've been building walls for too long, so we need to build bridges now.
Sri Lanka plans to expand its seabed. India also plans to expand its seabed. It has put up a proposal as well. What's the update like? Is this an issue that is a thorny one between India and Sri Lanka?
No, certainly not. I think each country has a right to claim beyond the 200 nautical miles. So if there are areas of contention, those areas can be discussed and resolved bilaterally, and we plan on having discussions with India and resolving this matter amicably.
We are looking at usage of Indian rupee. Is this also on the anvil?
Yes, from Sri Lanka's side, we become less dollar dependent. If the more Indian tourists comes to Sri Lanka, if we can pay for the Indian goods in Indian rupees, then we save a lot of money in terms of the commissions and converting our money to dollars and paying your receipts in dollars. I think it's a very good proposal, and it will be also very easy for the Indian tourists to come to Sri Lanka and pay in Indian rupees.
So is there work happening on trading in the national currencies between India and Sri Lanka?
Yes, the work is proceeding well, and I think by next year we have identified a certain number of locations that these machines can be used in order to trade.